Super Earth, our home. Prosperity. Liberty.
Hi there.
Democracy. Our way of life.
Oh, hello.
But freedom doesn't come free.
No! Sweet liberty! No!
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
Look familiar?
We had a good thing, you stupid son of a bitch!
I love democracy.
Democracy prevails once more.
Wow. We did it. We actually did it. All of you crazy bastards made a difference. What's up, everybody? This is the Act Man here, and today we won a decisive battle.
The battle is over. We have won.
May 6th is a day that will live in Helldivers lore for all time. Victory was never in doubt. It actually was, but ladies and gentlemen, can I just say,
Your work here today has made the Chancellor a very happy man.
Super Earth would be proud. The Ministry of Truth thanks you for your service. After this recent Helldivers controversy, it seems like things are finally calming down in the game industry, and we don't have to worry about any other major controversy.
Oh my goodness!
And while the internet did get Sony to back down on this PSN network update, the war is not over. We still need to change a majority of these reviews to positive, or at least do so when the game is relisted and available in all the countries it was delisted from. This just in from the future. Apparently Sony has delisted the game from Estonia, Lithuania, and Latvia. You can still play it, but if you refunded it, you can't purchase it again. So I have no fucking clue what is going on with Sony right now. But this is really stupid and dumb, and you should feel stupid and dumb, Sony. And they're doing the same with Ghosts of Tsushima. Like, but why don't you like money? Just sell the game without restrictions. Don't you think the Pope wants to play this? Well, he can't. But what am I talking about? Well, if you're somehow out of the loop on this one and you didn't pay attention to any part of the internet for like 3 days, PlayStation announced that they were going to enforce their PSN network requirement in order for people to continue playing Helldivers on Steam. PC players, of course, love being told what to do, and there was immense backlash against this decision for a variety of reasons. People who purchased this game would no longer be able to play it because you can't create PlayStation Network accounts in certain countries. Sometimes they ask for like a fucking facial scan. Sony has had so many issues with data breaches and leaked info. There were a lot of reasons not to want this, and very few, actually there weren't really any good reasons to want it. Probably just some Sony executive who wanted to show on a PowerPoint presentation this increase in PlayStation Network accounts generated by Helldivers 2, seeing as it's one of the biggest games Sony has released this year. But witnessing the gaming community's efforts over the last week has been nothing short of spectacular. Everybody did their part, you know? Everybody did their part. Reddit, Discord, Twitter, YouTube. It really is crazy how important this game has become in like the current zeitgeist. That was a wild few days, and regardless of how toxic things may have gotten at certain points, this reaction shows a massive love for Helldivers 2. And it reminds me of the saying, people boo because they want to cheer. We did a little booing. We did a little booing. But I guess this is what happens when you condition a massive group of gamers into focusing all their efforts on a single task. Major order completed. We liberated Sony. Game is so good we had a campaign mission in real life. 10 out of 10. This is something to be very proud of, I think, reversing this decision, because it was very anti-consumer. I mean, this is the same community that killed, what, 2 billion Terminids within 24 hours? The Helldivers fan base is a force of nature, and I think it's one of the best gaming communities out there.
Dude, earlier Spenny was saying he was a communist earlier. It was crazy.
You know, that's exactly what a communist who would want me to be the communist, but he's actually the communist would say.
Well, you know, that's exactly what a communist who's trying to pretend like what I'm saying to make you sound out. Okay.
Also, the other thing about the Sony network account is that you could try to use a VPN to work around it, but there is the chance that your account would just get banned by Sony if they detected that. So really, all of these people, including a lot of friends of mine like Zanny, all these people would have just been screwed out of playing this game, and yeah, it fucking sucks. Also is the fact that retroactively forcing players to sign up when it wasn't mandatory when they bought the game, yeah, that's not going to go over well, because a lot of people would have just straight up lost access to the game they paid for, which is, you know, that's an increasingly common thing in this era of modern gaming. No, Ubisoft, I want to be comfortable with owning my games. You know, PC gamers are a lot like Americans. They really don't like being told what to do. You make a good game, they'll buy it, play it, and mod it, and that's as simple as it should be. And how funny is this? After all of these protests and complaints and mass online mobilization, Sony didn't double down. They retracted immediately, like 3 days after. Oh, how Battlestate Games could learn a thing or two from you. I bring this up because it's interesting to see when a company fucks up and makes the right call to make things right. That's something that should be commended. Yeah, you shouldn't have fucked up in the first place, Captain Hindsight, of course, but then you look at Escape from Tarkov and the Battlestate Games scam, and they just kept doubling down until they dug themselves into their own grave. So thank God Sony had the wisdom and foresight not to do the same with Helldivers. It's like the reaction to the Unheard edition in Tarkov was the exact same reaction people had with Helldivers 2, albeit on a smaller scale. I mean, this was a massive and unprecedented wave of complaints, the likes of which I don't think we've seen since the Battlefront 2 loot box fiasco. Helldivers 2 now has the most negative reviews among all paid games. That's insane. That we reached that point. Also, what's funny is that this graph, the CEO is considering making this a cape design in the game. And it's so, God, I fucking love this game when even external controversies that happen in the real world can be injected into the game as some kind of lore. Also, this cape design is fucking sick. You know, initially when this first happened, Sony announced this decision on like Friday afternoon, and corporations will typically announce something that might be controversial or may not go over well so that they don't have to address it until after the weekend. So they can kind of, you know, see what the reaction is. And when they announced this, I didn't think Sony would reverse course. I'll be honest, at first. You know, because when complaining about corporate bullshit and trying to have your voice heard and trying to make a difference as a consumer, it doesn't always work. It's even more rare when you're dealing with like a Japanese company or a company that, you know, there's a language barrier. Companies like Nintendo and Sony, although there's things we love about them, they're also pretty notorious in, like, at least in terms of our culture as an American, making decisions that are blatantly anti-consumer or like mass copyright claiming YouTube channels, doing all they can to fight against piracy but offering no alternatives for legacy titles, stuff like that. But Steam review scores are a language that everybody understands, and it got the point across. But you know, this is exactly what I was talking about with my, you know, why are AAA games getting worse video. You don't need more cooks in the kitchen with Helldivers 2. Things are running smoothly. The kitchen is running fine. And this felt like Sony trying to inject the AAA into Helldivers 2. It doesn't need this. The food is amazing. Okay. Oh my God. Now, when the game was delisted from Steam from like 177 countries, people initially blamed Sony, but I think this was like a Valve thing that they saw, oh shit, all these people are not going to be able to play the game anymore. We better take it off the store right now. Maybe that's what got through to Sony. I don't know. Probably a combination of everything. You know, Helldivers 2 has been as fun as any co-op game I've ever played with friends. Oh boy, we both survived. Hell yeah, put her there.
Yeah.
Put her there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, baby. Holy shit. I think it's a masterpiece, and I don't think we've ever seen a live service game do as much right as Helldivers 2. So it's important to preserve this thing that we love, and keep it from going down the wrong corporate greedy path. Arrowhead also just released the 4th premium war bond for the game in like 3 months. Like, this 4 battle passes in 3 months. They're just going off, man. This game has seen an incredible amount of updates in such a short amount of time, and while there's people complaining about this thing getting nerfed and balance patches, that's the way it should be, you know? We shouldn't be complaining like, oh, I'm never going to be able to play this game with my friend who lives in this country again. So I'm glad that it's gotten back to business as usual. Now, unfortunately, though there is cause for celebration, this is going to have long-standing effects, I think, with Sony's titles coming to PC, and it also definitely put a negative light on Helldivers 2 and Arrowhead Studios, because they took a lot of the blame for this as well. And while it's true that Arrowhead could have done a better job of informing people that this was something that was coming, I think it's unfortunate that a publisher can do so much damage to a developer's reputation and squander so much goodwill that has been built up. I mean, it got pretty heated. Some of the community managers were going off, and that's the hard thing about working in a business where you have to deal with people. You can't go off and tell people to review bomb the game. I respect the hell out of it, because you're essentially telling people how to make a difference, but obviously you can't do that. Kind of the same way, like if you've ever worked retail and you just wanted to tell a customer to go fuck themselves, you can't do that. There's a certain, like, you have to play the politics when it comes to dealing with companies and corporations. But this PSN update was clearly just not thought out well at all. I mean, you had the CEO, PlayStation Network isn't supported by my country. What do I do? I don't know. Apparently this was also not in the end user license agreement, and it was listed as optional, but Sony changed it. Do I have to sign into PSN to play a PlayStation game on PC? Signing in is optional. Some PlayStation games may require you sign in and link an account for PSN. They try to pull a Tarkov, man, but the internet doesn't forget. So while some of the community managers may have been going off a little too hard, I think the CEO has conducted himself almost flawlessly, at least in what he's had to say on everything. You know, taking accountability for things he could have done better. And I think Pilestead is just a great guy and a great leader from what I've seen, from the outside looking in. Now, what are the long-term ramifications this is going to have? Well, I think Sony is going to make it a point whenever they add games to PC that you're going to need a PSN account right off the rip. And it seems like they're doing this with Ghosts of Tsushima, at least on the multiplayer side. So if you don't live in a PSN country and you buy the game, you can only play single player. It's like, why not make it optional? This is what I don't understand about Sony's approach to this. You get more flies with honey than with vinegar, right? If you want people to create a PSN account and link it when they play PlayStation games on PC, incentivize them. Don't force it, incentivize. I feel like if this was an option for Helldivers 2 and Sony was like, yeah, link your PSN account and get 500 super credits. It's an option and you're incentivized to do it. You could still show that you're getting new accounts, and that businessman could still go into the fucking PowerPoint meeting and be like, yeah, our numbers are up. You know what I mean? Incentivize instead of enforce. Man, what a whirlwind of emotions this must have been for the devs over those 3 days. Imagine like 8 years of hard work essentially being thrown in the dumpster. for at least 3 days. You think like this is over. Everything's going perfect, better than you imagined, and then some out of touch corporate overlord comes in and says, "Allow me to introduce myself. My name's Captain Fuck It Up." So I'm glad out of all of this, we got the good ending. I'm still gonna play Helldivers 2. I think it's an absolute gem of a game. Still my pick for Game of the Year 2024. We'll see if something else comes out that beats it. But in the end, it's a game about freedom. The weapons you choose, the people you play with, and keeping that freedom alive of player choice will keep the game alive. I really hope Helldivers becomes like a staple franchise in the industry, and hopefully Sony learns from this and doesn't enforce any bullshit going forward, right? We have enough cooks in the kitchen right now. Things are going swell. But yeah, Helldivers, I just apparently love sucking its cock. This game is so special, unique, and awesome, and it's something that all of my friends are on board with. Like, people I know online, people I know in real life, so it's really just a special game with a once-in-a-lifetime kind of community. And yeah, that was the day Helldivers 2 almost died. But what do you think about the whole fiasco? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the Act Man for more awesome content. Alright everyone, that's all I got for today. This is the Act Man signing out. Peace!
Listen up, Spartans. It's Steve Downs, the voice of Master Chief, Sierra 117. Subscribe to the Act Man for awesome content and finish the fight. Master Chief, out.